Gemini gang, what it do? It's your girl Empress 777 here today with a general love message for my Gemini soul family. Hope you guys are doing super fantastic. I certainly am. This is an intuitive message for you guys, okay? So if you're here, I believe you're supposed to be. I'm just saying. Please give us exactly what we need to know in reference to the energies coming out. And I must say, guys, it is a lot, okay? We have a lot to unpack. All right, for those of you who are new here, what's up? How you doing? Take a look around the channel. I am your girl, Empress 777. I am an intuitive. I am known to read people for filth, and this person will be no different, okay? Even though I did feel just a smidge of empathy for this person. Just a teeny bit, just a little bit, guys, okay? A little bit of compassion. A true air of sadness, okay? Before we dig in, guys, please take a moment and like the video if you do not mind. It is free, but it does help our energies and our channel circulate along the algorithm so people can find us here, okay? And also click that subscribe button, okay, so that you can become a part of the family, as I will be uploading for you guys a little bit more often. I just feel the need to do that intuitively, okay? So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into a bit of a pre-shuffle that we have going here, okay, guys? Here's what I'm generally feeling. There's a deep rooted sadness here. You may have just been the catalyst to break this sort of heart chakra, maybe even a death of the ego sort of situation. It does feel like dark night of the soul energy. There was an extreme epiphany by this individual that you were dealing with. I'm sorry, guys, this is a general message, right? So it may or may not resonate. I just have to say this, right? Take what does and leave the rest. Keep an open mind when it comes to tarot, guys, okay? But I do believe if you're here, you're supposed to be. All right. Now, can I just focus on the Gemini energy just a smidge, okay? You guys get a bit of a bad rap when it comes to the duality in your personality type, right? Here's the thing. People just misconstrue. They don't understand what's going on when it comes to Gemini energy, right? If people could better understand or better educate themselves when it comes to who you are as a person, how you conduct, how you move, how you handle individuals, right? More notably, people who you allow into your direct circle, because you keep a pretty tight-knit circle, right? For somebody to be allowed access to you, consistent engagement with you, that is a pretty, high position. I will just say that, right? While you are most of the time open to communicating and networking at surface level, it takes a lot for people to get in deeper with you and be allowed a position, right, in your circle, in your more vulnerable space, right? So when people are allowed beyond a certain barrier in your life, they still have not educated themselves to a point. And this is where they get into sticky situations, I would say. I feel like this person has really brought this situation on themselves just by not allowing their own thoughts and brain, okay, to work properly in this situation. Okay, you was a little bit too much for this person. What do I mean by that? Okay, Geminis are air signs. Air signs are known to be very analytical, very logical, okay? So shit is pretty much black and white. Okay, it ain't no gray areas, there's no guessing, but people just really don't be using a brain. Am I wrong? Okay, all right. Either they be lacking a brain or they just don't use that shit, right? Or they think that there are other things about themselves that make them different than other people, and they believe that they will get treated different from you, okay? Which is totally not the case. Now, what do I mean when I say Geminis get a bad rap? Okay, so you're known as the twin, right? And people normally take that duality completely wrong. They like to believe that you're two-faced, or you're two different people, or you are two people in one body. They don't know who they're gonna get. They try to give it the whole Jekyll and Hyde type of energy when that's really not the case. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, all right? I know quite a few Geminis. I vibe with y'all. I'm an Aquarius, so we're all air signs, and I happen to really resonate with the energy of other air signs, okay? The duality needs to be looked at as, I'm gonna handle you the way you handle me, okay? I'm gonna treat you the way you treat me, okay? The energy that you get from me is directly a result of the energy that you're portraying to me. Okay. So if you're getting the better sides of me, so you think, right, the loyalty, the passion, the drive, the consistency, the effort, the time, the love, that's because that's directly what I feel I'm getting from you. As soon as that shit change and you feel like you got me in the bag wrapped around your pinky, okay, I'm gonna chop that fucking finger off. You know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm not, right? How am I crazy when I'm just treating you how I'm just giving you the same energy? So that's where people get things misconstrued. And I feel as though that is definitely a misconception when it comes to the Gemini energy. Now here, specifically, we do have an individual that you may have given a chance without fully vetting this person, okay? I do believe that this is someone who was not qualified, right, to truly have a position in your inner circle. Everything happens for a reason, so I do most certainly believe that this person showed up for a reason. Okay, you had to encounter this person for a specific reason. Here's the issue. This is an individual who did not truly see your worth until you snatched yourself away. You see what I'm saying? It almost took your hands being tied, you being forced, right? Your hand being forced to do some shit. Whatever that would have been. If you did not cut this person off, maybe you just completely changed the way that you're handling them. Maybe you ghosted them. Maybe you know what I'm saying? Whatever you did to this person was exactly what they were doing to you, but they feel victimized. See? You see how that don't make sense? You see how that makes absolutely no sense? And this is how you often get a bad rap with your exes or with people who you, encounter on a day-to-day who don't truly get to know how you operate, right? There's definitely a miscommunication in that sense. So here's the thing, right? You are definitely well within your right to be moving the way that you have been, okay? You don't do shit for no reason, okay? Now, the first card that popped out here was, even before I started shuffling, was passion. So this was either a really fast moving connection, one where you were not fully able to grasp what you were dealing with, one where maybe the physicality blinded you or blinded the entirety of the situation and didn't allow you to fully see, you know, the scope of things initially. Or this could be this person's energy for sure, right? You know, which scenario would resonate with you most. This could be this person who may have just pegged you as a situationship, a booty call, one to just be played with, not really to be planned with, right? One who did not need a higher position on their hierarchy in reference to relationships. This could have been someone who tried to, you know, stick you in a friends with benefits type of situation, or someone who treated you as an option. There's definitely a lack in reference to the way that they valued you, okay? Now, here's the thing. I believe that this person was able to get away with this sort of behavior, this sort of treatment towards you for some time, okay? Don't lie, guys, okay? Y'all know, I don't lie, okay? I keep it a buck. I keep it real, and that's exactly what these cards are saying. But there's something about the way that you're handling yourself now that has now, in their eyes, had your worth skyrocket, okay? Not that the worth was not there, but it was an extreme epiphany to this person. Whatever move this is that you're getting ready to make or that you've made already, okay? Tarot is fluid, so we could certainly be talking about something that has already occurred, something that is currently happening, or something that is predictive of the future. This epiphany is going to knock this person in the head like a ton of bricks. Them realizing what they've allowed to slip through their fingers. Them realizing just the amount of value you added to who they were, okay? Tremendous amount of sadness at that point, okay? Once that realization is made, once they do realize that, okay? That 10 of the bitches, 10 of the birds that they decide to tolerate and deal with after you, or try to bring around as a rebound, could never amount to what you were providing for them, even though you were providing the bare minimum. So I won't say that you dived in headfirst and was giving this person your all initially, but you were giving them way more than they ever deserved. And this is possibly why they questioned, you know, how you valued yourself. Do you understand? For sure. This person is extremely sad at this point, guys, okay? There's a bit of codependency that has grown in this situation. The codependency very much comes from this person getting comfortable with dealing with one side of you, right? There's duality there, and that is not a bad thing. You certainly switched the way that you started handling this person, the way you started engaging with this person, the level at which you place this person on your hierarchy, or whatever it might be. You switched it up, and they feel as though that was like a betrayal of some sense, when you were really just showing them the same energy that they had been giving you. You should have actually made this change way before now, right? You gave them some leeway to get it right. So that leeway, even if for a moment in time, definitely allowed this person to get comfortable with who they thought you were, right? They feel like you've changed, you switched shit up, you're a different person now. How dare you? You know what I'm saying? How could you? You're evil, like that type of shit. Wow. They feel like you were holding your hand close to your chest or putting some cards up under that fucking table, and you played a hand that kind of, you know, left them in the red. Okay, they feel emotionally bankrupt at this time, as if there was some sort of robbery that has gone awry here. Okay, wow. This had to be done, regardless of if this connection still has the ability to be anything in the future, because we do have a realization here. It even feels like it could be a transformation, guys, for some of you. Okay. It still had to occur this way for this person to fully understand the scope of their errors. You see what I'm saying? Even if you tried to relay this to this person, they would not have believed you or realized it unless it went down this drastically. Okay? They see you way more powerful now. They can truly see your worth with a clear view now. As opposed to how they looked at you when you were allowing them to stay around, allowing them access to you when they definitely did not deserve it. You see, this is the manifestational Moonology Oracle deck. We have first quarter moon in Aries. Step into your power, and that's exactly what you have done here. Didn't I say that? I just said that. They see you as way more powerful. You understand? They are recognizing your power as well, even though it's a bit misconstrued still because of that codependency. Now, this card is in the shadows deck, okay? This is definitely representing a shadow that this person is struggling with. Many of shadows, but just one of them popped out, okay? This is why you would have gotten the behavior that you have gotten from this person. You saw a lot of potential in this, okay? And I don't feel like you were off. I don't. I believe that this person would have portrayed themselves differently, and there was definitely a switch in their energy, but they didn't expect your energy to shift as well, which makes absolutely no sense, right? That don't make no fucking sense at all. If you switch it up, why wouldn't I switch it up? You see? They got too comfortable with who they felt you were. So we have codependency. This relationship, this is a relationship that, what does it say? This is a relationship addiction. You are relying too heavily on the other person for your sense of self-worth. Give yourself more self-love. This could most certainly be mirrored for some of you. Let me know down in the comments if I'm hitting on something there, okay? Because I just feel that intuitively. Not all of you, but for a percentage of you, that might be mirrored. The fact that you stayed around was definitely choosing someone else over yourself, right? So now you're honoring your self-love journey. You're honoring your wants, your needs, your desires. You're honoring your own worth. And that is problematic for this individual, or it was. They may have even attempted to come back around the same exact way and got like, you know, right? You had like a fire squad ready to just, you know, attack. They were not expecting that. This person expected you to be welcoming them with open arms, the same way you did before, right? Allowing them back in, no change is necessary. That's what they were expecting. So now, since you did not do that, it's like, you've changed. You're different. You know, this is betrayal. You know, you're wearing a mask. You're a fake. You're a character, right? But it's like, no, sweetheart. No, can you tell the whole story? Don't start in the middle now, okay? Start from the beginning, where you changed. And now that I'm giving you the same energy, now I'm wrong, I'm crazy, I'm ludicrous, I'm deceptive. No, that's not how this works. We also have first quarter moon in Taurus. And it says release control. That could have definitely been the more prominent energy that had you stick around with this person for an extended amount of time, okay? Trying to control something that was simply out of your control. You now realize that for sure. Let's see what the Kipper deck has to say. Standing in the way of the divine and spirit, they needed to get to this person. They needed to get to this person, okay? Yeah, we have occupation in the reverse. This is someone who has done no self-work. They don't do work. This person doesn't feel like they need to change. Even though this person needed to meet you, you had to go through this. This had to happen. This is most certainly a pathway that you may have blocked for some time, depending on how long you allowed this person to stay around. You were supposed to let them go a long time ago for them to get this work done. All right. So it's not a lie. So now this person definitely pegged you as someone who was beneath them. Okay, whether that be true. I don't believe that that is true at all. I'm not even going to say that statement, whether that be true or not. That is not true. It is just your behavior that had them misconstrued. As I said, they were definitely mistaken. Okay. This has most certainly flipped into the reverse. So they almost viewed you, depending on how many times you took them back, even if you only took them back once, if they were the same and there were no changes made and they were able to make the same mistakes more than one time over and over, they viewed that as desperation, right? Like as a needy sort of energy. And it directly reflected in how they valued you because they did not value you. Do you understand? Wow. Let's get a little bit of tarot here. The lesson that this person is being taught is extremely painful, you guys. I heard crying all throughout the meditation. I felt sorry for this person. That is definitely not in my character. I love getting in these people's asses, telling them off because it's like the nerve of you. But I definitely had some feelings of sadness, especially due to that codependency shadow. Do believe that this is someone who struggles with extreme trauma from their past. And this situation, whatever it is that you've done to get your power back, because you're now in control here, you've gained and stepped into your power, has triggered this person so much so that they've gone into this downward spiral into an abyss. Okay, it's truly dark. They feel like they are impoverished. Okay, and the fact that they now see your worth, it's almost like they can only see themselves as being impoverished, right? I did say, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, that this is someone who was most certainly not qualified to ever have been engaged with you. You know what I'm saying? The two of you were not equally yoked. You were not on the same page, even though you saw their potential. So this person definitely didn't view themselves that way. However, they thought they were hot shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you were getting, like you were the desperate one. You know what I'm saying? Like you were the one who was on the, you know, you were coming up by talking to them. They didn't view it the other way around, even though it was so. So the second you started acting in your power, okay, moving in your power and releasing control, subsequently they can only see the truth now, which is, it is the reverse, right? So now they see themselves as impoverished. It's really, really, really sad, you guys, okay? This could be someone who never realized just how much work they needed to do to be on your level or anyone else's for that matter, until now. They're like looking directly in the mirror and they hate what they see, okay? All right, let's see here what they have to say. Oof, okay. Yeah. Yep. Ciao. Yes. All right. So here's the thing. Whew. We have the Magician at the bottom of the deck. You were always in control here, guys, okay? You yielded, or you lent this person control for a time period, for a time frame, okay? Because of that potential that you would have saw. you may feel like you truly gave a lot away. You lost a lot of yourself in this connection. You can really see why this never would have worked now. You didn't see it before, but this is definitely at the forefront of this person's mind. You most certainly walked away. Not only did you walk away, you burnt this shit the fuck up. You cut all ties. What happens when that soul tie is cut? Well, there's a song. Who sings this song, guys? If you know it, is it the Fray? Or is it the Script? It's like when a heart breaks, it don't break even. This is most certainly a situation where you got out on the better end of this. Even if you have experienced some pain and darkness and having to let this go, because even walking away hurts sometimes if we're honest with each other, right? If we're keeping it a buck. But it still doesn't hold a candle to what the fuck this person is going through, okay? They cannot handle this. They cannot handle this. They are not emotionally or spiritually inclined to really look this head on and make the changes necessary. They're like being dragged, kicking and screaming to make these changes, and you've gotten off kind of scot-free in their mind. Even though I don't think that that's the case, I feel like you have really just stepped into your power, as they keep saying, right? You now realize the scope in which, or the trajectory rather, in which spirit is trying to take you. Okay, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. There is transformation here, most certainly. Okay, with the butterflies in this pathway card, we are dealing with a transformative energy for both of you. Now, I don't believe that your transformation is as drastic as this person. Okay, we are always ever evolving. So you are evolving into another cycle, of course, especially spiritually. This is an individual who is just at the start of things. So the two of you were definitely unequally yoked on so many levels, okay? Important foundational levels for this to ever have worked at the time of the two of you meeting. It would have never worked. That's what I heard. So this is definitely what has shaped and shifted things. Do you understand? This Eight of Cups, woo! They literally feel like they are in a pit of fire, burning consistently all day. I mean, thoughts, feelings, crying. This might not even be the type of person who ever cries, but all they can do is cry. Shit. We have the Three of Pentacles. This is something that they wish that they can do more than anything is now collaborate with you, get another chance to be with you. But you now realize that this is imbalanced. Until this person is through with this transformation, you will always be the one who is depleted. You will always be the one who is overwhelmed. It's heavy as fuck because they cannot carry their own weight. To be in a connection with this person, you would have to carry them. You see what I'm saying? You chose your own self with this Queen of Cups. That's self-love, guys. And that is driving this person crazy. That you chose yourself. They never expected it. Wow. They never expected it. Subsequently, they are extremely stuck at this point, guys, okay? They have to do work outside of this connection in order to remove themselves from this energy. But I have a feeling that they're going to attempt to do it in another way. Oh my gosh. This is the kind of person who has to learn the same lesson over and over and over before they believe, you know what I'm saying, that they're wrong. You see? And no, we're not doing that. You may have thought that this was a good bet in the past, depending on how good the sex was, depending on how attracted you were to them, depending on how many boxes they did check, but they didn't check the most important boxes. So there would have been a whole lot more bad than good. There wasn't a good trade-off there. Even though they would like to have you believe that, man, this person may have even said, you know, everything that you want or that all on your list, that person doesn't even exist, but that's not true. I can't wait to look at some new love in the extended, because that is definitely not true. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I feel like they're going to try to go about it another way. Instead of just taking this pathway that spirit is trying to lead them down, that is going to make them a better person internally for themselves. Okay? This person wouldn't mind going on that same merry-go-round, that same Ferris wheel with the two of you over and over and over and over and over again. Anything to keep them from feeling this shit that they feel now. They are desperately trying to get away from that. I'm just going to say that. You know what I'm saying? They might try anything. By any means necessary is what I feel. Even saying some shit that they feel will soften you. Okay? Will pull at those heartstrings. We're human here, guys, so I'm not gonna say that you won't be tempted, okay? I have to keep it real. Okay? Didn't I say that? This is most certainly someone who definitely does not understand a Gemini. They never understood you as a person, okay? Period, point blank. Y'all were not on the same level, but they most certainly do not understand you on a spiritual level. You're not wearing a mask, nor were you ever wearing a mask. You show people what they show you, okay? You mirror the energy. All right, if somebody want to treat you fucked up, guess what? They about to get bombs from Baghdad, okay? You got all kinds of machetes and swords and guns and 360s and AKs. You know, if somebody wants to smoke, you know what I'm saying? There's always time for that. You give people what they give you. So they definitely had that mixed up and messed up. That's definitely where they failed, for sure. And here as well. So let's go on over to the extended, where I'm going to really dig in, guys, okay? So in the extended, I definitely want to take a look at the karma approaching this person directly, okay? Even though they are already knee deep in the dark night of the soul. I mean, transformation is without question going to happen. I most certainly want to see some specifics in reference to what they will be encountering. This will give you an idea of what you possibly need to do to shield yourself from their energy, because I do feel like they're going to try to avoid it. And by doing so, they may try to, you know, spin the block and come back towards you to see if you're with the shits. Okay, I want to see what habits they will be forced to release in the near future. I'll also look at their next steps. That's also something that you need to know, along with their intentions and the potential outcome. Whether you decide to re-engage with this person or not, we will look at both. There's no judgment, of course, okay? I want to see what was the silver lining in all of this, because I kept feeling, you know, this is a lot of this person's energy that you did need to know. But why? You know what I'm saying? Why is this here? Okay, why did this have to happen? What is the good shit that spirit is trying to guide you to? And why did this need to be the catalyst to get you there? We will also get into your new love message, period, because you deserve to know this, okay? This is for those of you who are dealing with newer energies or who are looking to deal with only the new. I want to see what energy is approaching you, only new. I want to see what the intentions of this newer energy coming in, the potential for union, and how can you best prepare to be sure that you are at the highest vibrational level in order to keep yourself invisible to all toxicity and invisible to people who are not on your level, okay? Let's also see if there are any warning signs that you need to look out for in this newer cycle, and then we will get spirit's focus advice in reference to what they suggest you focus on to yield your true divine happiness, whatever that looks like for you, because everyone's recipe for happiness is different. What do they suggest you focus on to get that to happen and come to fruition in your life in the least amount of time, okay? So click that like button first, all right, if you don't mind. Click the subscribe button, and let's go on over to the extended. I'm gonna really dig in here, guys. We're gonna cut up over there, okay? It's gonna be linked down below in the description box, and I will see you guys over there.